Okay, guys. So now let's get started with the posing, and actually in this course, I've made in this this way the character because we had to cover all the anatomy, and because of this I have made everything very like detailed in this A pose. But if I would really do this project like in a pose like this, um, that I'm thinking to do right now, I would start not with an A pose character. I think I would already start with maybe the ZBrush mannequin and make the pose first, and after I would build up the anatomy over the mannequin, because I think the gesture works better when we do this way. But since I've made this flesh and skin version in order to make to cover the anatomy and everything, we're gonna use this model to pose. So notice that we didn't merge it yet the parts. We left like separated subtools. Uh, so now what I'm going to do is copy all this flesh and skin version to another subtool, and I'm gonna merge everything and reproject the details into one single mesh. So this way will be easier for us to pose, and yeah, so let's do it. So here I've copied the whole model to another subtool. I actually did that as a remesh on all those pieces here, but I do prefer to make a whole unique mesh, because in the pose that I'm looking for, there are many parts that if I do a Dynamesh after posing, I gonna you know um I gonna actually attach the parts like fingers if I make a closed hand, for doing a punch. So in order to avoid this, let's merge everything together right now, and this way we can um, easier do the pose without attaching everything, right? So here, as I don't want to attach this part in the Dynamesh, what I'm gonna do, I actually already attached the hands to the arms, and here I have another Dynamesh version, right? And what I'm gonna do here is I'll separate just a little bit the arms just to make it far from the torso, and after we can correct it, you can make it like this, just to have an empty space between both geometries. So once we Dynamesh, we won't glue anything together, right? We have an empty space by separating everything. And here in the legs, I think it's okay. After we can rebuild it. So pay attention to the fingers if they are not too close. Let's see. Oh, here is different. So let me first do a mirror and weld first. Yeah. and check the feet fingers. Yeah, that's okay. So now we can merge everything together. Yeah, also the head is okay. So let's merge everything together and do another Dynamesh so we can merge all together. Here I merged the arms, so let's merge with torso, and let's do the same for the legs. Good, so now it's everything on the same subtool. So this way we can update the Dynamesh and blend it all together. So let me first do a quick save, because it will be really heavy for processing that. We have 6 million polys, so let's try to save it first. So yeah, let's start with Dynamesh. Let's see. I think we're gonna need more resolution, or maybe yeah, we actually kept a lot of details, so I think that's enough. Let me just check here at the head. Let's try just a little bit more resolution first. So I undo, and let's try something more. Let's see. So now we have 4 million polygons. Yeah, I think it's better. More resolution on face and everything. And now just what we need is to erase these connections points. Use very light clay buildup. Light, not I mean soft clay buildup brush. And also we can use Smooth Stronger. So yeah. So here at the neck I think it's okay. Maybe just correcting this shape on the trapezius, and we are done. Take care with silhouette. So yeah, that's it. This region we're gonna need to smooth just a little bit. Here in this region we're gonna have kind of this shape. And actually here I will do an inflate so we can blend it better. Not too much, because this region I don't want to blend like this, so I can do a negative inflate in order to separate then better this region, but there I want to make it closer, as I won't do any genitals information. I will keep it like that, just as a superhero that it wears a colon. That's okay. And also here at the arms we need to erase that info of the seams, the connections, you know. So yeah, this is our model all in a one single mesh. And now what I think it's good for us to do is to duplicate this mesh and use this as a backup to reproject the details, right? Here I'm feeling this muscle too small. Maybe we could, yeah, go more over there. That's it. It's nice. And once it's all right in place, let's duplicate the model and leave this one as a reference. Actually, this the ZRemeshers versions I'm gonna delete. I did it without recording just to test, and we won't use it. So now with just these two meshes that are just duplicated versions, we can use this one to project and the second one to do a ZRemesher. So let's lower a little bit the target poly count and start with ZRemesher. Let's see how dense will be our model. So this is the result. So let's see if we have everything. Yeah, maybe not so good for the eyes. But let's have a try. So we can subdivide it and start to reproject. So here we have both visible and then hit project all. Let's have a check. Yeah, not so many problems. Let's subdivide it one more time and hit project again. Let's see what we're gonna have. Yeah. Here we have a problem in the eyes and also in the nose. So we can bring it back over here and try to reproject also in the ears. The ears, we have a really big problem here. Let's try to make it cover all the mesh. And also one thing that you can do is to use an inflate brush and then some smooth and inflate again. this is because I won't do retopology on my model, but if you do a retopology, you won't have this problem, sure. So subdivide it one more time. Try to position it all close to what we want to reproject. That's it, good. Here could even use some brush. Here I'm using the clay buildup brush just to make it cover like that. Just to be easier, you know, you are working, trying to get a nice subdivision with, you know, some subdivision model, because it will be easier for posing after. So here we hit project all once again, and let's have a look. Yeah, so let's have a look on the result. And so many problems over the year. Here I'm using the move brush with backface masking in order to make it cover all the region to reproject. And clay buildup. But take care to use clay buildup with backface masking. Yeah, that's better. Take care if the regions that are having problem. Smooth that region and bring it that once again to the close to the source model. Okay. Then now subdivide it once again, and let's try to raise up this value on the distance a little bit more and reproject. We almost have reached a nice result. Just those little problems that we have, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking that we're gonna have too many problems. Yeah, maybe we're gonna need to make another zero mesh, because here we are with no details, you know, at all. Let's try to subdivide it one more time and have a less chance. An inflate and try to make it goes over the model like that. So now we have 5 million polygons. This is totally out of control. It's not so good to have a too heavy model like that, but I think will be the easier way to use. You know, this way we have low topology, low poly model Yeah, let's try to reproject the model once again. Let's try. Yeah, it's still reprojecting. And while it's projecting, I want to talk about what I'm doing here. Please note that I'm just doing this zero mesh because I actually, this model is not for production, so you never can do this in production, right? For rendering or even for games. It would work for production for statue, for printing, but not for rendering and neither games. Okay, so I'm just doing this way because I want to do the pose, and in order to do the pose, it's better to keep the details that we have modeled with a lower subdivision than with the Dynamesh. If we use the mesh, that version that we did in Dynamesh, we would lose too many details and too many informations on the posing because it will deforms a lot. So doing what I'm doing here is because I'm trying to keep some of the details that I have made before, but this surely wouldn't work in a production pipeline. So just please pay attention to this. Okay. So yeah, let's see. And that's okay. We just don't have too much resolution there in the years, but um, let's continue with this one. I think it's okay. Here we have some problem. That's okay. Let's check the fingers. Here I have some problem. Let's move it. And you have to move sometimes like that, or even, you know, isolate this and move that point. Let's turn on double. Yeah. Better. And you know, when you have these problems in all the subdivisions levels, you're gonna have to clean and do another pass of smoothing. Yeah, that's correct. And here I have another problem. So that's all corrected. Not this region. Let me see. So let's move this part, and that's it. Okay, just the hands here we are missing. Yeah, we actually lose some details here in the hands, but that's okay. Let's pause our model and uh, do what we want. Okay. After we can do another Dynamesh, or no, a Dynamesh we would not be able to do because it will glue all together. So let's keep like that. Okay.